Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, December 23rd, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Okay, let's get this puppy done. The DNB will not be produced tomorrow or Monday, so we can spend some time with family and loved ones. Mostly loved ones. Family can be a drag. No, I jest. But we will also be taking off next Friday, the 31st, and then again Monday, the 3rd. All right, we do have some news to get into, so let's get into it, shall we? COVID at-home tests. What a mess. Yesterday, County Executive Pittman announced how he would be distributing 100,000 kits. Predictably, there was a run on them, and all but a few of his planned locations ran out. So, as of now, the only place the health department is distributing them is at the 4 police stations tonight from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. while supplies last. And if last night in Edgewater was any indication, the demand is going to be through the roof. Annapolis City has announced that they will be giving away 2 kits per household today between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. at their police station on Taylor Avenue. They did not say how many kits they had, but if you go, it looks like you will need to line up quite early. The COVID numbers are out of control. Well, the ones that the state has figured out how to release so far. Yesterday, we saw about 4,000 new cases. The day before that, it was about 6,200. And to put that into perspective, the highest number of new cases since this whole thing started back in March of 2020 was on December 4th of 2020 when we had 3,792 cases. We do not know how many more have died from this, but the hospitals are 45 people away from triggering the next pandemic phase of operations. And another perspective. When Governor Hogan was considering easing up on restrictions, he said that we needed to maintain a positivity rate below 5% for 2 weeks. Right now, our positivity rate is 12.15%. Many stores are now requiring masks of their employees and customers. Please be smart. Wear a mask when it makes sense or when you are asked. Get vaccinated and get boosted. Neither is the cure-all that we want, but both will be a great tool to fight it. A reminder that the Anne Arundel County Public Schools will be dismissing 2 hours early today for a wellness day. So now the buses won't be showing up 2 hours earlier either. And take a look at the Capitol's article on quarantining of the kids in schools and the new changes. It is the most confusing thing I have read in a long time, and I'm not blaming the Capitol on this one at all. This is totally on the schools. There are so many different scenarios presented that no one can really make heads or tails of it. And it may be a moot point anyhow, as the administration has told all teachers to take home their computers in case we need to revert to virtual learning. Well, I guess that's one way to solve the bus problem. Meanwhile, the AAEDC, Anne Arundel Economic Development Corp, is doing more good work. They tapped into the state's Volt Fund to award grants to businesses damaged in the flooding back in October. They doled out $647,000 in grants ranging from $1,000 to $50,000. And some of our favorite places got some help. Pip's Dock Street Dogs, always a great dog down there. Pirates Cove down in Galesville, and many others in Anne Arundel County. The money can be used for repairs, cleaning, paying staff, lost revenue, or really any cost associated with a loss from that flooding. Flamant in West Annapolis is changing things up a little bit. Aiming to become more affordable to more people, they will be closing for 3 weeks beginning January 1st and retooling to reopen as Lamont Bistro with an expanded menu and lower price points. The restaurant was known for some of its unique dishes along with its high price points, usually at about $125 a person. And owner Chef Frederick Depew said that the price level, the restaurant could not be successful other than on the weekends. When it does reopen, it will be open on Tuesday through Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. and again from 4:30 to 9 p.m. Speaking of restaurants, if you're looking for some suggestions on restaurants that may be open on Christmas, maybe you don't celebrate, or maybe your family is on your last nerve and you just need to get away, we have you covered. Ram's Head Tavern, O'Brien's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Chart House, Outback, and Ruth's Chris here in Annapolis, and Ginza Steakhouse in Severna Park, and all of the joints at Live Casino and Hotel will be open because gambling never stops. And of course, we have some events that you need to know about once that Galway Bay eggnog fog wears off. On Boxing Day, December 26th in West Annapolis, it is the Miracle on Annapolis Street. It's a street festival with food trucks, crafters, merchants, and the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales, and of course, Budweiser. That gets underway at about 10 a.m. and it will wrap up by 3 p.m. You definitely want to come on out. And the following day, the Military Bowl and Parade. The parade, also led by the Clydesdales with the mayor atop the hitch, kicks off at 10 a.m. downtown, and I will actually be emceeing it from the Bud Light Seltzer tent down by the Christmas tree in downtown Annapolis. Please stop by, say hello. Parade is always a great one, and there's going to be 9 Medal of Honor recipients in there this time. There's also a giant free tailgate at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium you're welcome to go to. That begins at 10 a.m. as well, and it goes through kickoff, which is at 2:30 when the ECU Pirates will take on the Boston College Eagles. This will be aired on ESPN if you are at home, but I do hope to see you at the parade or the game. And finally, some podcast heads up. This Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, Shea Cook and Crusaders for Change. And we need to refill our podcast bucket. So if you know of any local businesses that need to be spotlighted, please let me know. Also, look for a bonus pod today or possibly tomorrow from the Anne Arundel County Food Bank because there is a need here and we all can help. And that's it for the news today. But first, a quick thank you for the sponsors for today's Daily News Brief, the Hospice of the Chesapeake, Solar Energy Services, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes. And of course, George from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather. All of that will get underway in just a bit, but before that, for all that celebrate, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. We'll be back on Tuesday. Now, hang tight.
Hello, Sean Lynch here from the team at Galway Bay to tell you about our very own Irish eggnog. This wonderful creamy drink is a handcrafted, traditional-style eggnog distilled and bottled in Ireland. It's made from an old Irish recipe with a blend of alcohol, spices and Irish cream that is completely unique and has now become an Annapolis tradition. When you visit one of our local restaurants here, either at Galway Bay in historic downtown Annapolis, Killarney House in Davidsonville or Brian Brew in Severna Park, please mention this ad to your server or bartender to get a complimentary taste. Share this delicious concoction with friends and family for a thoughtful and unique holiday gift. Available by the bottle, case and half case at all 3 locations. Or go to our website at galwaybaymd.com for further information.
Also available at Pirates Cove Restaurant and Dock Bar in Galesville.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, December 23rd. Not a bad day for the Annapolis region yesterday, and while today will be a bit cooler, conditions will then warm through the weekend and into next week. Look for breezy winds with highs in the 42 to 47 degree range today, followed by more sun and temps jumping up nicely into the 50 to 55 degree range, 4 p.m. highs tomorrow. Ahead of a very warm Christmas Saturday with highs, upper 50s to lower 60s for most. Ahead of more sunshine and mid-50s or so on Sunday, which will be very nice in Annapolis for the Miracle on Annapolis Street festivities with the Budweiser Clydesdales from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. with the expectation then for Monday's Military Bowl game in Annapolis between Boston College and East Carolina University being mixed skies and PM highs near 50 degrees. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day and weekend out there. And since we won't be on again until next Tuesday, Merry Christmas to all across the Annapolis region and beyond, with best wishes for a safe, festive, fun, and healthy holiday stretch.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Because love is what moves us. This holiday season, I'm hoping to encourage you to think of things a little bit differently. Instead of focusing on buying presents, be present. Instead of wrapping gifts, wrap someone in a hug. Instead of sending gifts, send peace. Instead of seeing lights, be the light. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt. If your dream for 2022 is a new place to call home, give yourself the gift of planning ahead. We are taking appointments between now and the end of January for people wanting to put their homes on the market this spring. Give us a call and take the first step in making the dream of your next home come true.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Running now through January 3rd, head on down to Quiet Waters Park and check out their Form and Fabrics art show, Gifts of the Season, with lots of great local art for sale, with digital photography, watercolors, note cards, weavings, dyed scarves, clothing, ceramics, and all kinds of other great stuff. At Wolf on the Wharf in Edgewater, starting Saturday and running through the 31st, they have a Paint Your Pet contest for kids 8 through 14. Paint your own pet or a shelter pet and help raise awareness for homeless animals. Then on Wednesday, they're doing a holiday paint-a-pet workshop and intro to basic puppy training. At Art Farm in Annapolis, registration is open for their winter semester, with classes starting in January and February and running into March, with classes such as beginner drawing, kids drawing, figure painting, graphic design, first exposure photography, 3D sculpture, teen beginner photography, kids beginner painting, block printing, video game concept art, botanical drawing, and batik. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, Monday and Wednesday, the Bush Annapolis Library has Makerspace open hours. On Monday, the Odenton Library is doing Microsoft Word. On Wednesday, the Glen Burnie Library has a New Year's Eve crafternoon. And if you're looking for COVID resources, the Anne Arundel County Health Department has a number of clinics coming up at local libraries. On Monday at Mountain Road is a vaccine clinic for kids 5 through 11. Also on Monday in Crofton, there's a COVID booster clinic. On Tuesday, Odenton is hosting It's Worth a Shot, handing out COVID-19 resources and PPE. And finally on Tuesday, at the Bush Annapolis Library, they're doing a COVID vaccine clinic for 5 through 11-year-olds. Also remember that libraries have COVID rapid tests for free if you need them. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday, we're having our monthly general meeting, both virtual and in person, for anyone who wants to drop by and check out the shop. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, President of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's are wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.